Guys, we've been doing chatting now for about 3 months now, and come on, you guys make us want to keep doing this all the time. You know, you make us want to keep doing it. Every time we're not on set, we just want to be on set because the way you guys receive the content, the way you guys receive the show, it's great. I want to say thank you very much. We all want to say thank you very much for how much support everybody has been putting into the content, those sharing on social media, bloggers, individuals, everybody. We just want to say thank you very much. And a warm welcome to another new episode of Chat Center. My name is MC Dibenja, MC Dibenja. I'm the messenger. Guys, so some episodes ago, I said something about why I feel like all these businesses that say being one person, that will being one person, now being another person, should be something that, I don't know, I feel like instead of the government banning cryptocurrency or CEMAC region talking about cryptocurrency, they should look into these things. They should look into new marketing companies that come up, these Ponzi schemes that come up and say, you be one person, you be another person, you be another person. Because every day we keep hearing people complain, people crying of being frauded. My neighbor was crying, talking to me the other day. He invested 300,000 francs in a certain business that said that you invest this one, you bring one person, or you invest in 1 week, you're going to have how much? Come back in return. But I don't know how, I don't want to say stupid because the economy is hard. So people are looking for, I don't know if to say the easiest way out. And so if somebody comes and say you put 10,000, you get 20,000 next week, look at that person like a messiah. But every day these things keep failing. And new ones keep coming up. And we still have people who join these new ones that come up. And then after 1 month or 2 months, they will still cry. Why are we not getting wise, or why are we just deciding to be lazy? I think it's part of laziness that people get into these kind of things. Because you just want to sit somewhere and don't work. You put 500 and get 5,000. A girl came to my inbox the other time and was telling me about a certain marketing company that you get to put 5,000, and in 1 week or in 2 weeks, you're going to get, 15,000, you get to multiply, and if you want to add it, you add it. I'm like, I'm not interested. And you don't want to believe how persistent she was. I had to block her. That's the truth. I did. I unblocked her later on because the tension was down. I'm like, I might just say something that you don't like, but I don't want to be part of it. Why can't we just be wise for once, guys? The latest of them all, Teke Samuel, Tex Global, he's been served. Let me just say it like that. He's been served. Those who have been doing what they call investment on his platforms are complaining that they haven't received their return since last year. And a date was given sometime in March that they're going to be paid, and the time has passed. So a couple of them have come together, to serve him. How is it going to end? We just sit here and wait for it to happen. We sit and just watch it and see how the results turn out to be. That has come. A couple more have been there. But I don't know why we keep falling. I still repeat it. How do we keep falling for this shock? I will still say that instead of the government to ban cryptocurrency or CEMAC region to ban something like cryptocurrency that the whole world is embracing, I think they should look into these things. They should. Okay, guys, welcome back. And of course, we're still live in Chat Center. And today we have two beautiful ladies. One on the left. This is my left, right? Yeah, this is my left. One on the left and one on the right. We are here to talk about the modeling industry. This is one field in Cameroon that there's so much attached to it. Like, can I say, there's so much, when I say controversy, Jency, welcome.
Thank you.
Guys, Jency, Cameroonian, but based in the United Kingdom. Should I call it like that, or should I say Britain, or should I say, which one should I call it?
Depends for me.
Oh, she's a model, signed in the United Kingdom, in the UK, in Britain, and all that. She's making Cameroon very proud. And of course, on my right is Atem Nuela. She was part of Miss Cameroon 2021. And of course, she was a fifth runner-up for Miss Cameroon 2021. Guys, welcome.
Thank you very much, Dibenja.
Jency, have fun now. By the way, I want to say thank you very much for our gifts. Guys, okay. Do you want to me one? No man do it. Jaffa, me one. Go me I talk now. Anyway, so I'll start with you. Modeling in Cameroon is something that too many people have a lot of things attached to it. Like when it comes to people say models in Cameroon, there's no money in modeling in Cameroon. There's no modeling at all in Cameroon. Before we get to modeling in Cameroon, I want to know who is a model, because I've heard a lot of different definitions of who a model is. Who is a model?
A model is someone whose role is mainly to showcase the works of designers. That's basically. But there are different types of modeling or different types of models. So now we can move to models who do sculptures, models who do magazines, models who do commercials, models who even act. So yeah, a model, basically your job is to make sure the work of the artist looks good.
How lucrative is modeling in Cameroon? Do you make money from modeling in Cameroon?
Like every other field in Cameroon, with like economy, things are obviously not the best and like a bit hard. And so modeling has its own ups and downs as a career in Cameroon. But then it depends on who the people who call themselves models. Are they
Like
really
you?
models? Are they going through the procedures to ensure that they are actually good models, to see that they are fit for the market? Because all those things come to play to know if you're going to make it as a model, if you're going to be paid good as a model.
Do you think that the modeling sector in Cameroon, as somebody who is out of Cameroon and you look back at home, do you think the modeling sector in Cameroon is a sector that we can sit somewhere and be proud of?
What I can say is the modeling industry in Cameroon is a budding one.
Okay.
And it takes time for every industry to grow. So since I started modeling, I think it's been 10 years now that I've been in the modeling industry.
Wow.
Yeah, 10 years. And I must say that so far, we have improved more on the pageant side than on the modeling side, because sometimes we confuse a model and a pageant queen.
Okay. They are different things.
Yeah, they're different things.
Oh, now guys, you are learning. Okay, because here when you see this person is a model, this person is a model, just like okay, you're going for any pageantry, just okay, you're a model.
Oh no, a pageant queen is different from a model.
Okay.
Typically, pageant queens have a cause that they're championing, and they have an organization behind them, encouraging them to do so. That's why we have like Atem, who is Miss Cameroon. You also have other pageants. But with models, your job is to showcase people's clothes or art, whatever. So that's what models do. You don't have a cause that you're championing, except on your own. You decide to start a foundation or you organize an event to raise funds, things like that. But you're a model, it's your job. You go wear someone's clothes, they pay you. A pageant queen, you go and compete amongst other girls, and your reign is usually short term. So it's like 1 year and that's it. Yeah. And you have a cause that you champion for that 1 year. But if you decide to have a foundation like she has, yes, like Nella has, that now is long term. So even after your crown is off, you still impact the lives of people.
Now you are part of Comica, the whole organization committee of Miss Cameroon. This is one organization that it has come with high level of criticism. People have criticized the way they run their activities and all that. Tell us your experience working with Comica.
People will never see things the same way. People have different options of seeing the way that people act and all of that. Like she said, modeling is still growing in Cameroon. And for her first year in modeling, she has had 10 years in doing modeling. For her first year in modeling will never be the same way as the 10th year. I feel this committee also is growing and improving as the years go by. So a lot of people do criticize what they do, but I feel that the cause or why they are doing this is to impact young ladies and actually do something in the society. And so many people will have way more expectations from them. But then we can always just grow and ameliorate and do what we can do.
So you're saying that people are just complaining, but the organization is growing. So you didn't have any problem, you didn't have any issue when it comes to the organizing committee of Miss Cameroon. You didn't have anything. So the people that were complaining just backed out. We're just doing that based on their own,
For me, I believe that if you're going in for, let's say, a pageant of that sort. You should have your own personal goals that you want to achieve at the end of the day.
Okay.
And to me, I felt like I met so many girls being on that platform to say that I cannot really complain because it was actually a good platform that has helped me. Now looking at my foundation, it's growing. Looking at my business, it's growing, and all other aspects of my life. So I can't really complain that the organization, or how do I put it? People have not experienced working with Comica, and that's why they are so free to always criticize and say what they want, and that's just people's.
We'll come back. We'll come back to you. And Gently, what do you think when you look at an organization like Comica? You're not in Comica, but you from outside. I mean, we can talk about just what we see. Like Nola is trying to talk about the fact that people criticize when they're not inside. But I can only talk about what I see. From your observation, what can you say about Comica, like the entire organization, that the way it runs previous meets, the present meets, and all that? How can you say about it?
Well, I can't really say I'm speaking from outside
Okay.
because I did run Miss Africa Calabar Cameroon, yeah. So I know where it pinches as an organizer, and I've been a pageant queen as well. So I know where it pinches as a pageant queen. So on both angles, I can see where each person is coming from. But speaking as an organizer, there is no way that I'll put my money into a business because this is not charity. Let's put that. We want to impact girls, but it's business, right? So from Miss Calabar, Miss Africa Calabar, which I organized, you put in a lot of work. You put in a lot to market, to have the right team by your side, and then to have a good queen as well. If you don't have a good queen, it affects your event completely. And sometimes people will not always be happy with the way you do things. But like she said, there is room for improvement in every organization. And I believe with Comica as well, I don't think they're perfect. They are the oldest competition in Cameroon, but there's still a lot of work that needs.
No, they have been this long, and we still have these criticisms come up. For example, OJ Monkan, the former Miss, who went to present Cameroon in Miss Universe, and we saw how she was her presence was nearly insignificant before she went to the competition. I think it was due to her performance at the competition that she became known. And don't you think that this is a problem at the level of this organization? At the level as an organizer, because if you are taking someone to Miss Africa Calabar, the person is there and the person has to go to other competitions out of Africa, even in Africa, you would make sure that this person's image is being presented the right way. So what do you think about that particular incident?
Okay. Again, I'm speaking as a pageant queen and as an organizer, right? Atem mentioned something. When you go into a competition, you have a goal. You have a vision for yourself. Why? You have a reason for going into this competition.
Of course.
So you meet so many girls there with their different reasons for why they got into the competition.
Yeah.
And when you win, you need to make sure that all your actions are helping you to achieve that goal.
Yeah.
So as an organizer, I can only do so much because remember, I had to organize, I had to make sure that the event happens. So I did a casting, I did, 20 castings that they do. I did the finals, no matter how shabby it looked, but
It was amazing, actually.
Exactly. So even if it's not looking nice, but I made sure people came and we crowned you. Mm-hmm. It is your job now to make yourself visible, right? So whatever project, Comica is not following you to do your foundation. You're doing it by yourself. Comica is not following you to come for an interview. You're doing it by yourself. I have a queen and I have 5 dolphins. For example, Comica, they have a queen and they have 5 dolphins. It takes a lot of money. Finances, it takes a lot of that to push 5 queens at the same time, to make them travel, stay in the place, dress them. It's a lot. So they have to focus on the main queen. Now, you as a queen, what is your vision? When you won, you told us you wanted to help kids. How far are you going to push that? Because while as an organizer, I'm preparing you to go to Miss World, you in Cameroon, you need to come to me and say, okay, there's this idea, I want to do this thing. There are these people I like to see. Could you accompany me? You have to bring those ideas in because at the end of the day, you're not just a figurehead. There's this saying that goes, they say, models, you're just there to stand. Nobody needs to hear what you say or what you think. But the pageant queen, we need to hear what you think because your beauty, yeah, it's good for the eye, but after that, what else is here That's why it's good to have a smart queen, a confident queen, a courageous queen who can tell you. Yeah.
And I think I want to add it. I'll say for instance, in homes, your parents, they're sometimes going to do things to help you grow and to make life comfortable for you. But there's sometimes that you need to bring some extra things, and then they see that no, this child is going towards this direction. Then they come behind you now to push you so that you do well.
Yeah, I get your point, but again, don't you guys think that probably things like the contract, because I believe that when you are you're a miss, you're under a contract with Komika. You always have to do what they say you should do, because I've tried a couple of times to get someone on an interview, and Komika did not let that happen. So don't you think that probably I might have a project that I'm working on, and I want to do a media something on it, and Komika says no, you don't have to do it. Komika, you want to do this one? Komika says no, you don't have to do it. So is it because being at home and your parents need you to do an extra effort is different from when you say it was business? You said that it's business and there's a contract binding you to these guys. So I think that, or do you guys think that this contract probably is the reason why most of these are queens from, let's say, Miss Cameroon and all that, and they don't get to? What do you think about that? Don't you think it's?
I think the queen or the person in the person you're inviting has a role to play, because it's all about presentation. Remember, your team got to me, and it didn't take up to 24 hours for me to give you feedback.
I was shocked.
It depends on how you present it to the director or the organization for them to approve. It's just the manner of letting them know that you are going to be there representing the organization for this cause, and let them just be aware. But if you obviously as a queen, maybe you're not even in good terms with the organization, everything is just going to be like this. Okay. So yeah.
You talked about smart queens. I think our president Cameroon is a smart queen. I was going to get to that point. How smart our president Miss Cameroon is. So how can you assess our president Miss Cameroon, the one Noella and the rest are part of?
Honestly, I cannot assess her because I don't follow her. I don't know about her.
Why don't you follow our queen?
I don't know about her activities, so I can't really say from an objective point of view. The only thing I heard of her was what she said about, I don't know, that. But I also saw a flyer of her having a foundation. And I think it's good because oftentimes girls come and leave and we don't see what they're doing. So if she has a foundation, I think that's a good thing. Whatever she said, it doesn't matter. She has a foundation. And definitely through that, it doesn't cancel it, but it shows us that she's working. Because it's different when you sit and you're complaining or you're saying things about people and you're not doing anything. So if she has a foundation, that's a good step.
I feel like you two came to the show and said that, you know what, Komika sent you and said that the person you're going to sit with, talk to her so that she doesn't say anything. Because I feel like Jency, you're holding something, you want to say something, you're holding something. Now, before we get a break, like 3 girls actually sent in their resignation on the race when you guys were going to Miss Cameroon. 3 girls. They complained about the contract. And I was asking you before we got on set, how the contract, Miss Cameroon contract. I know you cannot go detail into the contract without telling me that this clause says or this clause says this. You cannot do that, definitely. But how is it like? How free is a contract for people like you?
First of all, I would love you to understand that the stage was close to 1 month of intense activities, training, and all of that. And the contract was not something that they gave us to sign just one day. They gave us to study that contract for throughout the period that we were in.
Wow, you guys are lucky. Big 227, they give their contracts the night when you're getting into the house. A soft copy on your phone. So you have to read it and then just,
You had enough time to study and go through, and even actually you could send to your guardian. So you guys go through it. And at that period, people need to understand that at that period, a lot of candidates were already broken down mentally and physically, and the physical morale, and you see, it's a battle. You have to be there till the end. So whatever reasons might have caused people not to sign the contract, that's we can hear them from them exactly why. But if you have 30 candidates and 27 signed and just 3 don't sign, then there's no big of a problem.
Oh, okay. Anyway, you guys, we're still talking. we're going to talk about you guys now. Enough about Komika. Enough about Miss Cameroon. Yeah. You don't. No. Miss cannot come from Komika, and then we don't talk about Komika. I mean, you have been defending Komika all throughout. It's like they sent you as your PR to the show. I'm still to find out about that. Guys, don't move for most. Let's have a break. We'll come back. We'll still talking with Jency and Nola on the show. It's about Chat Center. We'll be back. By the way, let's talk about one thing before we get into you guys. Do you guys think that Miss Cameroon is the way it is because of lack of competition or something?
I wouldn't say it's because of lack of competition, but I think that more pageants would make people step up. Yeah.
I don't think it's in this country that will happen. Because
It will.
if you look at those, there are so many of those kind of bodies that are there, and the new ones have come up, and they're not still upgrading.
The thing is,
It's like analog bodies. Those are analog bodies that don't change. They're just there like that.
so you see, the way I did Miss Africa the first time, that was just the start. My vision was going to be better, like the next year. Unfortunately, COVID did what it did, and then we're not doing it like that anymore. But that was just a casting, and it was that good. And if I had to do another event, a big event like Komika does, it definitely would have been top notch. And if I organize something like that, and then, for example, Noella comes and organizes her own pageant, and it's bigger than mine, or it's almost the same. Next year, I want to, you can't, you shake small. So you want to step up, even if it's just in one aspect of the thing, whether communication or the prize or the
Publicity.
the communication publicity, or even the Queen's engagement with the country. How far are we going to go? Are we just going to stay in Boya? Because if I do a pageant, I'm going to do it in Boya, or Bamenda, or Limbe. So if Nola comes up with her own event, and I feel like, okay, I need to step up because I'm going to see how she runs hers, get inspired, and take that inspiration, put it into mine, and make it bigger. So it's not that the other competitions are not coming up, it's just that they're not doing it at the level at which Komika is doing it.
Nola, I've known you for a couple of years now, and I've seen the amount of work you have put into this field of yours. It must take someone with passion or something. What is modeling as a person? What does modeling mean to you? What does pageantry mean to you? Because I don't call it modeling again because she's not a model. She's a pageant. She's a queen.
So back in like 2016, 2017, I just got into training how to walk, and I just like the way the whole modeling vibe and everything was going. And then you just want to like feel along and have that show kind of without a vision, without seeing where I could go using maybe a modern platform or a beauty pageant platform, but growing and interacting, doing competitions. And then I'm realizing, okay, I could actually use these platforms to better me, better the society, better the other people. And that's why I decided to set my goals, align what I want to achieve, using which platform, not just going to like this year, I'm just jumping here. I have a track record. And in, I think, 2020, when I also encountered a mentor who could actually guide me on how to go through this path, it changed so many things about my journey. And that's why it's been from winning this title to winning this title and this. And I'm not just winning this title because I want to win this title and have that glory for that time, because I know obviously pageant is something that with time, like you have like age limits. By 29, if you've not used this period or these platforms to start something for yourself, then at the end of the day, you might look back and say like, okay, I feel like I've wasted these years of my life. But pageantry has helped me personally with the people I interact with the platform I get, and with the knowledge that I keep getting on my way. And it's broadening the scope that I reason and making me see how to succeed in where I want to end up in life. And yeah.
Oh, congratulations, man. Your journey has been an amazing one and quite inspirational. Now, Jency, you happen to work now out of Cameroon. And so what can you give us some of the differences that you can say within these two industries? Aside the fact that we don't have money here, there's no money. But also I say people come at me and say that models are broke. There's no money. No, I'm sorry, there's no money here. In everything that we do, sitting here, there's no money. So aside the fact that there's no money, what are some of the differences that you can say back from home and out of Cameroon?
With modeling?
Yeah.
I'll say definitely the modeling industry in London or South Africa is more structured than the modeling industry in Cameroon.
Yeah.
And Cameroonian models, for now, I think they've not yet understood how modeling works. And given that the industry here is not that structured, it is hard for them to navigate through it. That's why it's good to have someone who has gone out and seen how things are and then come and help you here. Because you said there's no money, there's actually money here.
Oh, it's money?
Yes, there is money here. You just need to brand yourself in a way that people can want to buy you. Because I think most of the models that I've seen here in Cameroon, they're not as skinny as I am. For those who are skinny, okay, maybe they are doing some runway shows. But with commercial modeling, girls can actually work. Because I don't look like a normal girl walking on the street. But with commercials, they need people who are relatable, faces that are relatable, or body types that are relatable. And we have so many beautiful girls here who are relatable. So if you brand yourself in a way that is marketable, of course people want to work with you. And oftentimes some models are quick to say that they have a manager, or they have a manager, but they don't know what the manager's job is supposed to be. And models, typically you need a booker, not a manager. Your booker can be your manager, but you need a booker. And a booker is someone who will go out there and look for jobs for you. For example, here we have Supermont, you have Brasserie, you have MTN, Orange, you have all these companies, right? Oh, okay, sorry. You have all these companies, and these are companies that do commercials. It's not like they're just there, they do commercials. So you need a booker. A booker will go to one of these companies and say, I have this girl, they have a book, a portfolio. And that portfolio is not of you naked. It's of you depicting different, maybe you even show the different commercials that they've done. You look at how they take their pictures. For example, if I want to shoot for Burberry, for a certain brand. If I want to shoot for a certain brand, I go into their site. I see what they've done before. I see how their color scheme is. I mimic that in my shoots. The styling, the color correction, what photographers do, you do something like that. That's how your book is. So your booker now takes that book, that's your model portfolio, they take that book to the company and say, okay, I have this model, she can do this. See, she did this thing that looked like something that you've done. Now the company automatically sees themselves in that book. And they're like, okay, she can do this thing that we're thinking about. But if you don't have anybody actively looking for work for you, you will remain on Instagram with naked pictures. And modeling is not about, you don't have to be naked. Graube is succeeding without being naked. I am succeeding without being naked. So take it out. If someone says you need to be naked, trust me, it's not necessary.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. And you need to, first of all, even know why you're getting to the modeling industry. What is your motivation? Where do you want to get to? Because I think in Cameroon, most models are just doing modeling to be famous on Instagram or to look good. I don't release some hot picture. I mean, they trend for 2 days. Exactly, they forget you. And I don't think that serves you in any way. But if you know that you want to work on the international market, if you hear that Jency is around, you hunt Jency because she has access to those markets. Even if it's just going, if you are not a humble person, try. Humble yourself, say, Mommy, I'm not beg you. And I will help, basically. You don't have to even beg me. I'm willing to help. That's why I even started my modeling agency. So the goal is to put out girls who want to work professionally. You need to decide if modeling is a career path you want to choose. If I say you want to work on, yeah. So if I say I've been modeling for 20 years, I've not been modeling and working and looking for that's what I've been doing, modeling, because I wanted it to be my career. And that's the dedication you have to put. There's a lot of sacrifice that you have to put in. So you need to be in that frame of mind before you talk to me. Because I don't want to convince you to be a model. I need you to come to me ready, mentally, yes. If you're ready, then we can put it. The agencies, it's easy.
So do you think that lack of professionals is one thing that this industry faces in Cameroon? Because you made mention of bookers. I don't think anybody around here know who Booker is. I don't think anybody around here, because it's just be like, okay, probably like you said, snap your picture, put it online, somebody will see the picture and call for me, or something like call me for a deal or something like that. Do you think that professionals is something that this industry is facing?
Yeah, that's why when we go out, we come back and teach. Because, like I said, the modeling industry before, we just used to end in Cameroon. People never used to think about going out. But right now, as a model in Cameroon, you can wake up, I don't care what corner of the country you are. If you say you want to be a model, imagine yourself in London, imagine yourself in New York. It's possible. It's definitely possible. And if you have that vision in mind, it can work. And for us who go out and come back, now I'm talking about bookers. There's someone who has connections. And a booker doesn't have to be someone who has gone and trained to be a booker. Someone who has connections in the country or with this company, say, okay, I have access to the marketing manager of this company. It means I can market this person. That marketing manager cannot give you money directly, but it can give you money if you offer a service. Now, what service can you offer to them? A model who can market their product. Where is the model? Here she is. Is she marketable? Yes. Why? Because her pictures look like she's someone who, her pictures are not Raz, right? So if you find this person, I have the access to the marketers and I have the access to the models. So now I come to you, the model, and I say, okay, this is something you can do. So anybody can be a booker. If you have connections, you can be a booker. Now, it is left for you, the model. What kind of modeling do you want to do? If they say they're doing commercial modeling, do you want to be in a commercial? Do you want to be on billboards? And then now the negotiation comes in. It is these bookers now who need to do their research on how contracts work, because to do a commercial, you need to know how long it's going to run for, where it's going to be running, how many times it runs in a day, if they're going to do billboards, if they're going to use it on the
They calculate all that to
website.
pay you.
Yes, you calculate all of
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Because-
And that now adds up. So if they renew the contract, they pay again. So just like that.
Because I was about to get into modeling and I was saying that probably they can just keep running it. I'll show my face to be on TV.
No, darling, no.
My face will be on TV, right?
No. But again, it depends on what you want, right? If you want exposure, just exposure, okay. But for me right now, I'm not going to do that because I already have a market that I'm working with, right? So for the Cameroonian market, I'll work with people who recognize the work that I've put in. And sometimes recognizing someone's brand or someone's work is all it takes. Because when people come to say, I want to give you exposure, I don't give you,
Exactly.
I put you for billboard. But I'm not looking for billboards. Because even your billboard will not pay as much as what I'm.
And then people don't even like the fact that if a company wants to propose a deal,
And
they don't
negotiate.
they don't even want you to come with a second person or a third person, like a
Yeah.
broker she's talking about,
Yeah.
or a lawyer. They don't even want to just see that because they want to. Yes, they want to make you feel like they are doing something so good for you and you're doing nothing for their brand.
I think one thing that has to do with these things is how you carry yourself. Because I work with a couple of entertainers and then I always hear we keep hearing this thing in the entertainment industry in Cameroon in general. People keep saying that when these brands come to you, they just propose. They don't let you. They let you beat. You don't get to be to counter propose or something like that. But I've worked with a couple of entertainers and then see how much power they have when it comes to their brands. I just think that, don't you guys think that it also has to do with how much power you put on your work, how much you brand your work. Because when you just go there like that, like you say, for example, you said about you have your book, you know. If you just go to the agency without to a company without any of these things, I think they just look at you like, okay, she don't know what she's doing, so they just give you any small peanut. I think that too.
Again, who is representing you? Because sometimes you do not know how to negotiate for yourself. It's hard for some people to negotiate, but you can actually do the work.
Yes.
So you need someone who represents you properly, someone who can communicate your talent to them without you being there. If you have that kind of person, I think that works as well. Because if they say, okay, this person, she's not coming to negotiate by herself, there's someone negotiating and this person is good, then they can trust it. Because the person who goes, that person is basically carrying your image with them. So if they go and mess up there, they've basically messed you up. And you also need to, again, brand yourself. You can't be demanding that people pay you a certain sum if you're not branding yourself that way.
Yeah.
It takes time. You don't wake up and say you're a model to them. You start expecting people to pay you a lot. People only pay me a lot now because of the work that I've put in. And you need to know that it takes time to do all of that work.
Yeah.
So dedicate yourself, at least hone your gifts, refine it, and then present it.
One of the
No.
you had something to say.
Yeah. It's really a very beautiful thing to see that they have had this experience in the country. They have gone out and seen how things work there, and then they are coming back to make
I
sure
hope you guys are
that
tapping for me.
Oh,
Okay.
but since they won.
Okay. How do you guys because most of the times we are too full of ourselves to learn. I mean, I've seen people who there's somebody there that is just open to give this knowledge for free, and you feel like even I will say I find better guys say then I will check see because
without passing through that. Yes,
I'm good. I can get there. You always need somebody who has been to this place that will hold your hand and all that. So
like she is saying, giving all this information about the broker, the book, these are things that models here don't know. Even those training models here might not even know this. I think one thing I think one thing that is going to really help us is that we organize modeling workshops where young models can
Imagine
actually
working on something like
yeah, and it's going to be so beautiful. Like models need this, we need this. All these beauty queens who have gone out there and seen how things are working, and these models are coming back and trying to do this. We actually need to educate models, and we have to be like united, because let's say for instance a brand might say, okay, you're charging this or this when I can go and meet this person and give like, but if we are united and it's in a team spirit to say no, you cannot come to me after being from this person and this person is telling you that no, this is how you're supposed to treat models, and then you want to come and just
Sometimes even that negotiation is challenging because people have different needs and people are at different levels in their career. So there's some things that I would take that some other person would not take, and there's something that some person would take that I wouldn't take. What we could focus on is building your individual brand. If you belong to a modeling agency, well, that agency now manages, let's say, 4 models. And if the brand wants to work with one model and they say no, they can't work with any of the other models because basically I'm the one managing all 4 of them and the tariff goes the same. And even for those 4 models in every agency, for example, there's a model who is doing more work, whose value is higher than another model. So if you come to this one and it's too high for you, okay, we go down to the one that is.
So before we end this segment of the show, a quick one. You know, like people often say that most people on social media and other platforms, people often say that models in Cameroon are not models, prostitution or something like that. What can you say about that?
like she mentioned, like building your own brand. There are people who get into modeling with different motives. Some people just want to be models for Instagram and have that glory for 1-2 days. And that's why you see people doing even concepts that have no meaning behind it, just to get like likes and comments and all of that. And it portrays a picture of a general group of people. Like in psychology, they say if a man does this, it means all men are like this. And people actually have that notion that if one person is doing this, it means like this group of people is doing this, and which is not the situation.
So there's some people who are actually using modeling as a stepping stone into selling pepper.
I will not say that.
It's possible.
It's
It's
possible.
possible.
Have you ever encountered a situation, a scenario where somebody asks you, okay, boy, you have to sleep with them before you get to this agency or before you get to this platform? Have you ever encountered that in your career?
Personally, I've not encountered that
Who
kind
has?
of. Wait, let me. I'm going to share my own experience. I've not had that. I've not had that experience. But I've had a situation where I went to seek for sponsorship, and then this person is like, okay, he gave me the support, and then the next second he's tapping me on my butt, and I'm confused. I'm totally confused. Like,
What did you do about that?
that was, I had what I wanted, and that was it. I left there and
Never came back.
never
That's
came back.
harassment.
That's harassment, actually.
Harassment for
That's what I was asking when you did that. If you tell us who that person is after the show, don't call the person name here.
Because those are things that there's a lot in the modeling industry that seems to be acceptable, especially in the Cameroonian fashion or entertainment industry. And those are some of the things that happen. But even if you're just standing up for yourself, you're standing up for many other women out there who are facing these things. So if someone does that to you, to me, you need to address it, like call it out. Even if you're not suing the person, but let them know that what they did is wrong. And because you're giving me money doesn't give you access to my body. It's good. See, if I go to negotiate for a deal or I seek sponsorship, and you tell me that, okay, this is what we can do. Okay, that's clean. Later on, you ask me, oh, that's something else. But you cannot use sex
Yeah.
as a bargaining
put in
tool
front of-
to give me that. Yeah, that doesn't work. I respect the fact that you can actually talk to me later on that,
Yeah.
okay, you like me, and okay, now we'll see. But it's not a condition. But if you give me the money again and then you tap my ass, it's not a problem.
Wow. I was going to ask you, like, have you ever faced anything like that? But you just answered me.
No.
I mean, because if you have faced it, we should have known about it.
No, Jenny, I'm going to see you.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you guys so much for coming to the show. I mean, you guys, two of you have educated our viewers. I guess I hope these young models are they get to learn a lot from you guys. And please, the competition, the workshops that you guys organize, the modeling trainings, please bring them up, do them so that these people, young people, can get to learn and don't fall in the traps that other people are falling.
Oh,
Guys,
can
you
I
guys
say
have-
something?
Okay,
though?
before.
You did ask me a question about modeling in Cameroon, if it's lucrative and things like that. Okay. Okay, I mentioned here that I'm working on a training, right?
Yeah.
And I've been scouting. I also mentioned that I have a modeling agency and I've been scouting. Now, modeling in Cameroon is very challenging as it stands. And in Cameroon, I know that there are people who are doing model trainings. As an upcoming model or an aspiring model, what you need to do if you're in Cameroon, if you hear of any of these trainings, attend them. It doesn't matter who is doing the training, because this is where you get information that you've never really had. And even if they don't know everything, they know something that they can teach you.
Yeah.
And if an agency comes, if they say they're looking for a tall, skinny, limited height limit is 2 meters. If you're 1 meter, come. If you're how many centimeters, come, because you never really know.
Yeah.
Definitely you can. How many centimeters? So she mentioned about people being proud, thinking that, okay, I find that girl, or get nothing to teach me. Trust me, there's a lot to learn about modeling. Even I am still learning now. So if you hear that there's a training, go there. If there's a casting, go.
We have a very special slot coming up, guys. So you guys go nowhere. I know if your agency says that you shouldn't drink alcohol, but I know you're gonna pay me to drink alcohol. It's a game. I mean, just a sip of alcohol. Just a sip of alcohol. We'll be right back, guys, with our game of shots. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, guys. I'm not here to kill somebody. You guys, if you don't drink alcohol, we'll end it. But you guys are drinking, so drink it. So, guys, welcome back, and we're live on our game of shots.
Okay.
So, our previous episodes, we've been doing cards, but I cannot bring beauty queens here who have brain, and I can't be giving them cards to play. Even though cards is not for dumb people. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying that I prefer to ask you guys questions. So, there are 4 shots. You guys are playing. I'm not playing with you guys. You guys are just playing. I've been playing with my previous guests, but today you guys are playing alone. Just the 2 of you. So now, what happens is I'll ask a question.
Okay.
The first person who answers the question wins. And the person who comes after, she takes a shot.
Jesus. Okay.
Are you ready? We go pop champagne. Let go. Okay. Who was Miss Cameroon 2014?
Valeria Aina.
No.
Jessica Ngoya.
Larissa Gangu.
I need to apologize to Komika. I don't know my queen. I'm so sorry.
2 shots.
No, I'm so sorry.
1, 2, 3, go, 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 go. Yeah. That's good. Your car's almost falling because of a shot, man. It means you take 3 shots here. Your sash is use a sash and rack. Okay, next question. Who was Miss World 2021?
Miss World.
Yeah. 2021.
Miss Poland.
I don't know her name.
1 to 10. 1, 2,
No, I'm not gonna go there. I don't know her name.
5, 6, 7, 8,
It's Poland.
9.
We know
10.
them delegates representing countries.
I don't know.
No, at least I
No, how many people will drink the moon?
You guys are so like drinking. You guys feel.
no, it's that way. Like if they ask someone
Okay,
out
we
there,
too fail.
if they ask someone out there who
I have a lifeline.
if Audrey won and they ask who won Miss World, they'll say Cameroon. They don't say
No, the person has a name.
They have to
The
put
person has
a
a name. So don't use that.
Okay,
trick of it.
okay, can we use a lifeline? Let's use a lifeline. Let's ask someone in the crowd.
yeah.
Okay. And if you don't have it, I'll bring more shots. Use a lifeline. Since you guys are doing lifeline. No, you guys have 5 seconds. Use a lifeline. You guys have 5. Okay. Drink.
Her name is not Irene.
No, it's not Irene, please. It's Caroline.
Caroline. Oh.
Caroline, boys, last cast, first one. There's Caroline.
Oh my God.
Drink.
That's terrible. Mr. Dallas wants to know me or drink.
Turn it.
Yes, father.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh.
Since your day.
It's really my day. But that one is going that way. It's not coming here.
Who determined that?
Okay, next one.
Wow.
Wow.
My crown has left me.
I'm
I'm all alone on this.
We can left you.
I'm telling you. Okay.
Are you guys okay now? Are you okay? Can we continue? You guys want me to ask the last question?
Yeah.
Okay, let me make it very simple. Like really, really simple. What's the title of Awu's new album?
Heritage. Didn't say heritage.
What's that about?
My heritage.
Guys, bring more whiskey. I'm shocked. I'm disappointed.
Sounds like
Sounds
heritage.
of heritage. Sounds of heritage.
Okay, let's do
Next
another
question.
one. Next question.
No, you guys need to know answer it.
It sounds of heritage.
We need one more shot.
It sounds of
Change
heritage.
the question.
Okay, I chose the question.
What are you guys doing?
Imagine. Oh, I'm sorry.
Kosi's about to release an album. What's that? Kosi's upcoming album.
About to.
Yeah. Kosi's upcoming album. Guys, don't do this to me. You guys behind the camera, stop saying it. Kosi's upcoming album. That is all over the place.
I don't know.
It's the first book of the Bible.
Genesis.
No, you guys
Genesis.
don't exercise. I didn't let you do lifeline. There's no lifeline to this thing.
She didn't say the name. I just said
The
Genesis.
hint was so clear.
One shot.
Yeah, bring one more shot.
Do one shot.
Yeah.
Because I'm giving them a lot of time.
Okay.
Change the question.
Yeah, change the question.
No.
Change the question.
There's
Thank you,
Genesis.
Costa. Thank you. It's okay there. It's okay. Thank you.
Okay.
You guys take your shots.
Oh no.
No, next
Two
question.
questions.
Oh, God. Genesis sounds of heritage.
Two questions. Get a shot. I've been showing them to you guys today.
If I ask you who is
My
it,
previous guests are going
if you ask me who is the host of Chat Center,
Exactly.
No.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is very amazing thing. Shot.
I'm very hot. Like when people drink whiskey, that's how
Right?
they're
Yeah.
hot. Like
Yeah.
hot like a heater.
Okay, good. High five. Hey. Thank you guys very much for coming to the show. Thank you guys so much for the knowledge, and I'm sorry the hot whiskey, but you guys, it was a good game, right?
Yeah, it was.
Last some episodes ago, we had the game and people were complaining, like, the whiskey, and then when we finished the first round, they were asking for the next one. I think it was Mr. J and Jude. They were asking for the next one, like, bring more whiskey.
We don't want the next round.
No, you guys, I won't give you guys the next round. Thank you guys so much for coming, Gen Z. I mean, all the way from the United Kingdom to come and attend Chat Center. This is so, this is so dope,
Thank you
guys.
for having me.
And Nola, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for having Comicast back. Guys, thank you very much for watching. And this, of course, has been Chat Center, and I've been here with Nola and Jen. They have given us a lot of knowledge about modeling and beauty pageants. I hope you all learned a lot. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. It's Chat Center on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, it's the 6 Studios on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, please, guys. Subscribe. Hit the subscription button. How you watch without subscribing? I love you all. Ciao. Hello, beautiful people. Thank you very much for watching. My name is MC Divenja. My name is MC Dibenja. And of course, you want to keep watching amazing content like this one on this channel. Please make sure you subscribe on our YouTube channel. It's the 6 Studios. If you don't subscribe, I won't beat you, but you won't taste my coffee. No, I'll give you. Subscribe. Down there, I won't look. Thank you. Bye-bye.